Mane fa say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there osia dem yopo.
This is to our God. And a National Cathedral for no release statement. Almost said the Duncan Williams, Archbishop. Honorable Eastwood Anaba, very, very honorable gentleman or your pastor. I respect him and revere him a lot. And the National Cathedral for the say National Cathedral Secretariat labels Duncan Williams and Eastwood Anaba no audit claims as false. National Cathedral for almost say Eastwood Anaba any Duncan Williams ya Akronfuo, Asofo, Kontompo, Dabraba for yet to chrome how and Akronfuo we championing what we call National Cathedral. And they almost a chrono koso audit to be on my China busumi be and watching audit number into my chomo National Cathedral so omoboa audit no ye send you email ye meeting kra na catch romo ubusa National Cathedral say audit no wan here omuntumi fan chiro and some say ye meeting na sankofo mienu we amba meeting no into the email send you say ye be audit no ye the 8 months so say 9 months na audit. Duncan Williams letter on it alongside Lord Kenya Eastwood Anaba Trakoma Aziza Akufo-Addo no omuka letter ni mu say January and catch president and National Cathedral for say they want an audit from January to now. How many months? Almost 11 months. Into audit ben kwan almost a year. Now National Cathedral for response to Eastwood Anaba and Duncan Williams and they say Duncan Williams and Eastwood Anaba ya trofo ya konsafo dabraba Akronfuo adada for mun kanu kure. Hey, National Cathedral for ya. It is because of God. You catch them. Now there's something. So we study National Cathedral. No, the basis are so building National Cathedral. No, a chrono basis. And I blame these pastors. Majority of them, they want the word to be about them. The word should be about God. The gospel should be about Allah. It should be about God. The gospel should not be about you people. Into this thing you are seeing, this comedy of National Cathedral and Pennyform, that's what from it means from the beginning. What does the gospel say about you wanting to build a cathedral? Let's say it. Let's ask ourselves. Because Duncan Williams don't sorry them and I'll catch a Ghana for say because of political parties be affiliation to political party binti Omodrin say a cathedral no maso Duncan Williams was doing a year abroad DC politics in the Church of God. He said it. Or say cathedral na ye besino yebejisika who asked you for money. And it was a statement he was emphatic about. Or say, who is asking people who are opposing the cathedral for money? Has anybody asked you for money? But the question here is, did they tell us how much the cathedral was going to cost? Because from the beginning, these were the same pastors who were championing the cathedral building. And they told us we needed $100 million to build a cathedral. So if you say you need $100 million to build a cathedral, how did we end up with $500 million? Then it means that you, the men of God who started leading this cathedral project, you are all scammers and liars. You are thieves, especially those who were trying to tell us, we the wise ones, that what you people are championing is a criminal idea. It is basically cluster of thieves who have come together to dupe the taxpayer. So Duncan Williams general sorry them ADD attempt to try and puano. No, Duncan Williams so onyanko pon dani ne chairman. If Duncan Williams does not understand, he does not read the word of God. Duncan Williams does not read the word of God, because if Duncan Williams reads the word of God, he will understand that his own gospel, his own word, the word of God explicitly says in the Bible that if you don't know how much a cathedral is going to cost, don't tempt building it. The gospel says it. Nyankopon na yesuma no oya Nyankopon no waka ewa ne nwuma na ekuta Duncan Williams no any other pastors are no mo ka the championing of this cathedral no. He said it in his word that Sausu Besi Cathedral cry you need to know how much it cost before. But because Duncan Williams and his friends who do not study the book, all that they know is be affiliated to political parties and be friends to politicians and lead fancy events and wearing Vietnam suits and putting on Cambodian gold chains and what have you and pulling their hairs back, they fail to go by the principles of Allah. They fail to go by the principles of God, by listening and reading the gospel so that it could guide them to make a decision. Now, when you read the gospel, let me read the gospel to you. And the Duncan Williams, MPP for so your true for your Akronfuo conconseni. It is because you failed to at least make the word of God. You failed to put the word of God before you, your selfish gain, and the rest of you pastors who are being embarrassed today. When you read the word of God, Luke 14:28-30, this is what it says, New International Version. 28, it says, and I quote, suppose one of you wants to build a tower or church or cathedral. Won't you first sit down and estimate the cost to see if you have enough money to complete it? Onyankopon say se mumubi epese osima asore dan ana asore dan mamia enye se ana se unhu ni se ebeye se mobetena se asese ehu sika dudu amudi beshem ansana moya madwene krampo se mobesi onyame asore dan. This is the word of God. Okwa 29 says, for if you lay the foundation and not able to finish it, everyone who sees it will ridicule you. 30, saying, this person began to build and wasn't able to finish. This is the word of God. Onyankopon say, mumubia mupese musi onyame asore dan. Ebeye say, mube make sure say, munim sika mudi shem, ansana mode eyedian block kura to form some mubesi. Nemum se mwentumi enya nyansa no enhu sika dodo a mudi besi asore dan na nipa betwetwe mo nipa beda ebesere mo nipa beka se mo ya atrofo ekonkonsafo. They will ridicule you. Amo besere mo se de mani egu mo ho. That is what is playing out today in Ghana. The gospel has been left behind, and men are trying to have favor in front of men, and that is what our pastors did. They were trying to get favor in front of a president who does not even attend the church. Whilst their own Bible was telling them, before you champion such a thing, you need to be emphatic and know the amount of money that will go into it. Let's ask Duncan Williams and the rest of the pastors who were sitting on this cathedral nonsense and preaching and going around the world, telling we the wise ones that we are foolish because we are not supporting somebody's stupid agenda. The question here is, you the pastors who were following Akronfuo and leading him to mislead Christians, did you ask how much it was going to cost to build a cathedral? You never did it. But all that you wanted to do was that for people to be mentioning your names, for people to giving you accolades, for people to making you think you are smarter and intelligent than the God you worship. The God who made you people who you are. Today you are ridiculing him because you think men have made you powerful. Today, his word is cursing you people. He said, if you fail to do these things, people will ridicule you. They will say you could not finish. They will laugh at you. They will make fun of you. They will say you are not men of God. And that is what is playing out today. Today, the National Cathedral is saying, Duncan Williams, you are a liar. The National Cathedral is saying, it's Wudanaba, you are a liar. It's Doug Hayward Mills, you are a liar. They are saying that you people, they are ridiculing you because you don't speak the truth. That is the word of God.
PENDREAM TV. Now, so far, so good. Say open online portal e Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.